We were just talking about dating. And not too long ago, I had this thought. What kind of man does it take to date a blind woman? Listen up, listen up, listen up. It might sound weird, but there are plenty blind women on this planet, and some guy has to date them. Now, I don't think it's practical for two blind people to date. Listen up. At least one of them can see. Someone in the society has to sacrifice themselves to settle for a blind person. Now, at what point do you do this? How many times did you get rejected? And how ugly are you to settle for a blind person? And I don't know. I don't know all the answers, right? But someone has to do it. I have to look this up. This might be what we're looking for. We can try Reddit, but I'm afraid of Reddit, if I'm gonna be honest.
Hello, people. Welcome back to Smile for a Second. My name is Kirsten, and I'm blind. And this is my fiance, Joe.
I am not blind.
So, if you haven't seen our last video
You think she would still date him if she could see him? These are the things that I'm wondering now.
about my turning 30 blog plus getting engaged, you should go watch that. Since we did just get engaged and decided that we wanted to, take things to the next level, I thought that this would be a really good time to have a chat about dating someone with a disability, specifically blindness, because that's what both of us can relate to. Joe and I met through mutual friends in Utah, and it was clear to both of us that they were trying to set us up. Have you ever met a blind person before?
I don't know how I would feel. I don't know how I would feel if my friends had so little faith in me that they would try to set me up with a blind person. Right? At that point, not only have I given up, they've given up as well. They're like, okay, Uno, listen up. We've seen you alone for too long. I know this wonderful lady, and believe me, she doesn't care at all what you look like. My God, bruh.
No.
Okay, so like totally new territory for him, complete blank slate. So how'd you feel?
I felt fine. As far as being set up, you're always a little on edge,
Yeah.
right? But it had nothing to do with you being blind or anything like that. It was just, okay, gotta put my A game out there. And then as far as, meeting you for the first time and all that, I guess blind etiquette would be the right terminology there. I didn't know it. Right? So you communicate with people when you look at them, or like you direct your body language towards them, that signifies you're talking to them. So I didn't necessarily know how to do that with you because you can't see it.
Yeah.
So, and I didn't know if I should just say, hey, Kirsten, I'm talking to you, right? Or if I should say, if and so for the most part, I don't know if you remember this, but I was pretty quiet
He was,
when
yeah.
when it came to speaking to you, because I just didn't know how to do it.
And I see, but like, and I thought he just completely wasn't interested or like was weirded out by me. My view on Joe was like, okay, he's this nice guy, but it's never going to be a thing because I work for the federal government. I'm an attorney in D.C., in Washington, D.C.
One thing, really quick. I'm sorry to interrupt you, lady. But how do you pitch this exactly? You just go over to your friend and be like, yeah, I got this wonderful lady I want to set you up with. And he's like, oh, but she's like, well, she's creative in her own ways. Very talkative. Relies a lot on talkative people. You need to be out there. But she's a daredevil. Exactly. Good one. Good one. She's really a daredevil. There's just one little thing Like, I don't know if I could pull that off. I don't know what homie of mine I could set up with a blind girl. I don't know how I would go about that.
So
Their friends are the bravest ones in this whole relationship, if we're gonna be honest.
I was coming home. You know, I have a life and a job here and stuff. And I was like, I'm not starting a relationship with some Utah boy. And then
What does that mean? With some Utah boy? Excuse me?
we started talking on the phone and things went really well. And like 6 months later, I went back to Utah to see our mutual friends, but also to see Joe. And he decided that because I had been really clear to him about the fact that past relationships had made me sort of really insecure about my blindness. I dated someone who told me that the reason we didn't go to many places in public was because he felt like he had to watch me, or that being blind was like a burden for him to deal with. And so like I was just trapped in a house all the time, and it was a really bad time in my life. And so Joe was like, okay, look, when you come out to Utah, we're gonna go on a night hike, and I want you to leave your guide dog at our friend's house.
Go on dates, first, second, third, in public places. Whoever you were dating doesn't know you and probably doesn't want to be alone with you.
No. First 2 dates, go out into the world. The third date, come to the crib. Maybe it's different with a blind girl. I don't know. A blind girl can't really look at your room and be like, oh, this is a mess. She'll only find out the moment she steps on a cable or something.
The only reason I went is because our mutual friends were like, we've known him for like 10 years. You know, you can trust him. I promise. He's a really good guy. And so I was like, okay. But Joe's like an all or nothing person in certain instances. And he was like, I'm going to prove to you that you holding on to my arm doesn't bother me, and that I think I can help you. And so he moved up to Virginia, which was a huge change for you coming from Utah, yeah?
Very much so.
The culture is way different here, and there's so many different types of people. What did you have to adapt to really quickly?
Okay, so living with a blind person, just make sure you pick up your things and close doors all the way, or open them.
Yeah, I could see that. It was good. The real trawler bear. That's what you decided to go for.
Close cupboards and things like that, and
I hit my head on so many open cupboards.
yeah, other than that,
You're saying it wrong? Well, here's the thing. The way you've written it, that's how I gotta speak it out. If it's supposed to be trolley, why is there only one L?
it's the exact same. It's you know, it's like
Wait, and reading the mail.
oh yeah, and you have to read the mail.
Joe has to read all the mail because I can't obviously do that, and so yeah, he reads all the mail. But like everything else,
Don't blind people get mail in like the, I don't even know what it's called, but you can like feel the things, right? I thought that's how blind people got mail. Why would they get mail normally? They can't see it. How are they gonna read it? What if a blind person lives alone? Do they have to call someone up? Oh yeah, could you come by? I can't read this letter. What is that?
I mean, I do most of the cooking. Although now, we recently did a video on meal prep kits, and so we use those, and they have instructions that Joe can follow, which is good. I don't think
Boogeyman, can you chill the fuck out, my nigga? God damn! What'd he do? Bruh, do not start beefing in my chat. I swear to God, bruh. What the fuck is this? I swear to God.
he quite enjoys it, but he can do it.
I do not enjoy it.
He can
I
do
do
it.
not like cooking.
So, yeah. So living with me then.
Yeah, it's not that hard. I mean, I think it's harder to mesh personalities than it is, which is what you do in.
Trolley bear. Listen up, listen up. Trolley. Could y'all, both of y'all shut the fuck up. But listen up, listen up. You really said he started it, not me. Am I a fucking elementary school teacher, nigga? God damn. You don't have to convince me of shit. Only love in the chat, bro. What is this?
Normal relationships, right?
Yep.
And I
Figure
say
each
normal,
other out.
normal with quotation marks, but that's what you do with people in relationships with, you know, people without a disability.
Yeah.
Again, quotations there.
It's a disability. That's literally a disability. I swear to God, I'm gonna continue.
That's probably what we found the hardest about.
Y'all
about
play
living
too
with
much.
One another.
So then my next question is, once we started living together, but even before then, you got some concerned comments from friends about like, oh, I could never date a blind girl. But then being around me, you also saw how, from my perspective, people would treat me in public. So like, they would really stare at my guide dog just when I'm trying to walk around and be a normal person, like going to CVS or a restaurant.
They would stare at your dog? Why's that bad? They're just staring at your dog. They looking like at it like, man, that's a cute dog. I wonder how they train those dogs. Thanks for the follow. What the fuck? Is there a Is there a trolley like army? What is going on here? What the fuck is happening? Excuse me?
Like, I can't do those things without being stared at, which means that the person I'm with is also stared at, right? So how did you sort of cope with that social stigma and the comments from even people that you know, and how did it really matter to you? Or
Okay, so I'm a weird person in the fact that I generally do not care what random strangers and a lot of times even friends have to think. It's a blessing and a curse at the same time. But anyway, so as far as people,
Yeah, you can see it in his face. He really doesn't care about his self-image. My brother couldn't pronounce my name Oliver when we were younger, so he called me Trolley. Still saying it wrong? Is it trolley? How did you acquire a trolley comedian? My dad's nan lost her teeth, and that's why she pronounced. What? Am I living in a simulation? What is? Y'all all have your own backstories? What is going on here?
squirrel, right?
yeah, sorry.
Um,
I have a bad habit of this, you guys. Whatever. You want to wear basketball shorts to our
Yeah.
wedding, so I don't even want to hear it.
This is the man here's the thing, she doesn't know how disgusting basketball shorts really look. That's why she's accepting this. Whew. That's insane. When you're blind, your hearing senses are like Superman. Yeah, it's a Daredevil effect, right? What did I call you? Did I call you nigga? I'm sorry, my nigga, but that's just how it goes around here. Come on. Where was I? I've lost my train of thought. It's train of thought, right? That is such a weird expression. What does that even mean, train of thought? How do you lose a train? It wasn't a trail of thought. You can lose a trail, right? No, that doesn't make sense either. What can you lose? I've lost my keys of thought. I've just lost them, couldn't find them. It is what it is.